Hello and welcome to Learn to Play the Guitar. My name is Mike, and this program grew out of my desire to share teaching with people outside of just private lessons, which I've done for close to 10 years in different capacities, and I'm hoping to bring you something that will help you get started on the guitar. So my first suggestion is, of course, to have a guitar and have something that fits you, that is a good size, that is not uncomfortable, because if it is, then you will likely stop playing soon enough. So find a way to get comfortable with that guitar, or even find a different guitar. If it might be a small investment, you can get a nice guitar for $100, $150. It might be a better fit for you. Second of all, find a space, and that can be hard to do, but it's well worth the initial effort to make a space to play the guitar. So here I have kind of my musical space, and I have a piano behind me, a music stand, a guitar stand, and I try and keep it so that there's minimal setup or tear down, because if I have time to practice, I want to go right away. The other thing you probably have, or I would suggest, is to have a pick. I use a pick for most any beginning guitars, and it's really important to get in your fingers right away to get comfortable with it. And also, you can hopefully have downloaded this book. I made this for group lessons that I've taught, and I've used it with beginners, individual lessons, and essentially these are kind of a different group lesson online. So if you have that, you can open it up. The first page says positions when playing the guitar, and basically I'm outlining, what do you do when you pick up the guitar, and hopefully you've spent some time with it. But number one is to figure out where your hands are going to go, and you can see I'm kind of sitting for this more folk style. My legs are crossed, I'm just comfortable, got a stand, this chair is a good height for me, and I can get ready to play. If you haven't played before, I suggest that you just make some sound with that guitar. Simply being, if I start a lesson, I would just say, okay, let's strum. Okay, and I might set a limit. Let's strum 8 times. We'll get used to counting and doing that. And we're just making noise. We're using our pick. We're just going down towards the ground, and that's all we're doing. But hey, it doesn't sound too bad. Let's do that again. Stop it. That's relatively easy. It's just my right hand. I'm in the middle of my sound hole. If you have an electric guitar, you're kind of in the same space, just kind of where the neck here ends, and where your bridge is, just kind of in the middle there. That's where you're strumming. And I can play nicer chord, and I have those included in the book, and we'll get to those later in the series. So with our left hand, okay, the next key point is to kind of get used to thinking of a line down the neck of the guitar here. So some guitars actually have one, but this doesn't, but you can imagine the line straight down, and that's where your thumb, your left hand, is going to hang out most of the time, as on that imaginary line. You're going to use that to squeeze any note that you're playing. So if I'm playing a note here, or let's start on the 7th fret, I'm behind, I'm squeezing that note, and it makes it easy to play. If I'm not using my thumb, if it's hanging out up here, which I do sometimes, but you'll see that all the time, really makes it more difficult. If I can get that thumb underneath, I can squeeze, I can get a nice sound, and I can move that thumb up and down the neck and play those notes. So that's it. Find a space, get comfortable, get set up, and you can come back for the second lesson. We'll get into tablature, and we'll learn our first couple songs. Thanks, and this is Mike with Learn to Play the Guitar.